Well, not starting out too good. Matt is taking the combine to the service track. Something's wrong with it. Well, at least it broke down on a Friday and not a Saturday, right?
So we're running along pretty good this morning. Got almost one load shelled, and all of a sudden got a warning for no elevator speed. Got a pretty good idea of what's wrong, so I'm heading back up here to the service truck and check it out. I don't think it's going to be anything major. Yeah, just as I thought, had a chain come off. This is what drives my train elevator here. Alright, after further investigation, it's not just the chain, we also got other problems. You see this pulley right here, it's kind of cockeyed a bit, and whenever we put the chain back on and kicked it on, this thing was vibrating like crazy. See all that play? It's worn out right there in that pivot point. So closest place that actually has the parts is Kennett, Missouri. About a 70-mile drive, so Zach's on his way to get parts while I start taking this stuff apart. Not a big deal, but machine's got a bunch of hours on it. I mean, this is the kind of stuff that wears out, so we'll get it changed and hopefully be back up and running here in a few hours. All right, we got it all back here at the shop. Got it apart. We're looking at snap ring that goes on the end here. You can tell it's broken. We've got the arm right here. I don't know if you can tell in here, but there's a bushing that goes around and it's worn through the bushing right there into the arm. So we got to replace the arm. New arm comes with new bushings. Why they don't put a grease zerk on this to keep it greased is beyond me. I mean, this is a wear point. Grease could prevent this problem. I guess they think people gonna be too lazy to grease it and it's gonna wear out anyway. But and then you see here on the shaft where that arm rides right up under here is wore down real good too. So combination of the wear here and in the arm is what led to all of that slop. So we got to replace the whole bracket and the arm. Hopefully Zach will be back an hour and a half with the parts and we can get this thing thrown back together real quickly, be back to shelling corn, and all of this will be good for another 2,500 separator hours. Go ahead! Well, I found the problem. That corncob wedge in that pulley right there. That's what was causing all the freaking vibrating.
That would cause some problems.
Yeah, it did. Now, I mean, all that other stuff was definitely wore out and needed to be replaced, but that was the root of all my problems. So glad I didn't pay H&R a nice little service call to come out here and find that. All right, fire it up and let's see if she runs any smoother now. After we done been over this whole combine looking for a bad bearing or something.
Sprocket messed up.
Yeah. It turned out it was probably a corn cob. That's how she's supposed to be running. So it turns out we were total down of about 4.5 hours because of a corn cob stuck in a pulley. I've seen some weird things on our farm, but I believe that's pretty close to the strangest thing that I've ever seen. I mean, the thing just had to get thrown in there just right. I don't even know how he got thrown in there, because this was on the side of the combine. You know, everything's going through the combine is getting ejected out the back. I have no earthly idea how that corn cob managed to get up in there and then wedge itself in the pulley. That's just something I can't explain. I was about to throw up my hands. I'd already called the tech, and you know, I checked everything that he said check, and I could not find the source of the vibration. And then I happened to be standing right there in the right spot up on the side of the combine with it running slowly, and so I looked at the pulley, and I could see a little bit of a different color every time it went around. Then I had Zach stop the combine, and we rotated it around, and sure enough, there's a little old pink corn cob wedged up there in the bottom of the pulley. I am so glad I did not pay for a service call for someone to take a screwdriver and pop a corn cob out of my pulley. I was almost to that point though, when we've been down 4 hours, then made a trip to Kennett, Missouri to get parts, and it was still vibrating like crazy. I was almost to that point.
Just another day with $5 corn. I mean, I think it's $5. Last time I looked, it was like $4.91. Slowly going down in the toilets. So we have 67 acres on this farm, and then we have about 31 on the next one. So roughly 100 acres left. Hopefully we'll get it done by tomorrow night. And, I do know it's Friday, so rock on. Don't mean much in corn harvest. I'm lucky to know what day it is, so. Another beautiful day through my dirty windows because somebody didn't clean them this morning. Not much to report here for now. Just following him around.
I got a guy doing some aerial seeding of my cover crops today. He's getting Zombie Trail corn maze right over there, right beside those trees, because we won't be harvesting that for, you know, another month and a half. Looks like he might be coming here to give us a little buzz. No, he's still spreading. Boy, I can watch them guys all day long. I'd kill to ride in them. Might never ride in it again, but I'd like to say I've done it at least once. Oh well, back to work. Yeah, funny story, I think 4 years ago when I first had him spread cover crop seed on the Zombie Trail Paintball. You know, I just told him it was a corn maze. I didn't tell him anything about the Zombie Trail Paintball. And when he got out here, he looked down, he was looking at the field, he looked down, and he saw what he thought was like 20 people out there in the middle of the day just standing around. He's like, I can't spread this. So he called the person on the ground who I had been in contact with, and they called me trying to find out what was going on. They said, there's a bunch of people standing out here, you can't spread that. I started laughing. I'm like, it ain't people out there, those are all those fake zombies we got out there in the cornfield. You know, for where we carry them around on trailers and they shoot at them. They thought it was live people out there, which, I mean, from the air, I don't blame them. I probably would have thought the same thing. I guess that means we did a pretty good job of decorating them and making them look convincing. This year we ain't got we don't have the zombies put out there yet. I think they're going to put them out there this coming week because we are opening up next weekend. Ready for another big season of killing some zombies. if you're, you know, in the area looking for something, you know, fun and different to do, especially, you know, family oriented, if I remember, I'll put a link to Zombie Trail Paintball down in the description. You can go to it and, you know, you can actually buy tickets online and see what it's all about. Our schedule is we're going to be open every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in the month of October. So like I said, if you're local enough and looking for something different to do, you know, come on out. We'd love to have you. Although if you do come, I would advise coming any day other than the last 2 Saturdays in October. Those are historically our biggest nights, and the wait times can get pretty long on those nights. Most other nights, there's usually very little wait time. And the earlier in the season you come, you know, there's definitely not much wait time. You know, we have the capability of running 5 trailers at once, so we can move people through pretty good clip. But those last 2 Saturdays in October, I mean, they can really get slam packed and busy. Like I said, it's a completely family friendly event. There's nothing scary about it. You know, at most, you know, about the spookiest thing that there is you're riding on a trailer in the dark through the woods, but you know, there's nothing that jumps out at you or scares little kids or anything like that. It's fun for all ages. Here later this afternoon, I've actually got to cut the path around the cornfield that the tractors and trailers drive, so I'll give you a little sneak peek of what part of it looks like anyway.
All right, well, they went down there. I'm gonna go probably just take the buggy down there, but I wanted to show you guys something really cool. So this looks like a normal cornfield, correct? But wait, just wait, it's not. It's not a normal cornfield. No, ladies and gentlemen, this is a special cornfield because there's something secretly hidden in this cornfield. Just wait for it. Wait, what? Why, yes, there is a cotton field in the middle of a cornfield. So this is a cover crop trial that they had already signed up to do, and then Matt changed it last minute, so we kept it. Let's see if I can find any open bowls. So like here, they didn't roll the cover crop down, and then I think there's one where they didn't terminate it, and then they terminated it, and there's different trials. So yeah, pretty neat. I'm wondering how it's gonna do, because it's, you know, in this surrounded by all the corn, but pretty cool. I also like to show people how clean this is. Look how clean this is. So you look down all these rows and there's practically hardly any weeds anywhere. Cover crops work. Absolutely clean. This wasn't going to yield the highest. You can tell the ears are a little smaller than our normally planted time. This was planted, I think, in May. So, but it's looking pretty, ooh, that's ugly. It's looking pretty good, considering. This part of this field really does well, so we'll just have to wait and see. We are watching Justin spread cover crops. And when he comes back around, he's gonna come right up over this. There he comes. We got the best angle of underbelly of a cover crop. Here he comes. Yep, he's right there this time. Woo! That's just awesome.
I know.
I'm gonna go for a ride. He's gonna come back around again. Yep, he's taking a long turn, and he'll come back up over here. It's Justin. Here he comes. Here he comes, Bethy. Here he comes. Here he comes. Woo! Oh my God, that's so gives me the EBGBs, but he's so good. Here he comes again. Yeah, Matt wants to ride in it, but there's no buddy seat, as you can tell. Here he comes. Right up over us again. Up there it is. Oh my God! This is freaking awesome. I don't care who you are. That's awesome. Watching get real close to the houses now. Oh yeah! Woohoo! There he goes. Yep, I can hear him. There he is. There he comes. There he goes. Here he comes. There he goes. I love it.
Anyway, what that crop duster was doing was spreading cover crop on some of my acres. You know, we've been actively drilling cover crop right behind our corn, but what he was spreading was all of our double crop soybean acres, and then a couple other things like the corn maze, stuff that's not going to be harvested until, well, I don't know when it's going to be harvested, but I know it's going to be likely going to be really late in the season, and I'm under contract with NRCS with a cost share on their equip program to have it all planted by a certain date. And I knew that I knew that there's no way that we would be able to get it all harvested and drilled by that date. So we went ahead and had the crop duster applied. That's definitely not my preferred method of planting because you're not going to get as even of a stand. You got to put out more seed. You got the cost of the crop duster, so it's more expensive for results that are not going to be as good as if you drilled it. You know, there's a chance I could get more biomass out of it having it planted now versus having it planted, say, November 15th, November 20th, because stuff just doesn't come up real good that late in the year, and that could be potentially when we're harvesting our double crop soybeans. You know, after we get done with corn, we got, you know, 180 acres of full season soybeans to cut, and then the next thing we'll harvest would either be the cotton or the double crop soybean. There's a chance cotton could be ready before the double crop soybean. So then we gotta pick our cotton, which is very time consuming, and we gotta plant our wheat, which our wheat is planted behind our cotton, and then, you know, then we'll be able to fall in there and get our double crop soybeans. So if our cotton was on time or even early this year, you know, I probably wouldn't have had the crop duster do it because I think we could have done it ourselves by drilling. But with the state of the cotton crop being as late as it is, just better to go ahead and get it planted, even if the results are not going to be quite as good, or the cost on getting it planted is going to be higher than what you like to spend.
So after about 4 or 5 hours, we're back in the field again, and our friend is still out here spreading cover crops. It's just an absolute cool show to watch. Like, I mean, technically I'm paying for it, so, but I got some really good footage of it, and Matt will put it in the video. So you literally can like see him in the pilot seat, and one time he flew over and he was just waving at me. So it's really neat. I went out to the summer cover crop field, and I was able to get some more pumpkins and gourds, and the okra's ready. So I have a ton of okra to put up and freeze, and I use that for soups and stews. Okra is really good for you. It's one of the superfoods that I eat, and next year I'm hoping we can grow a little more. So we're back out here again, and hopefully we'll get some more shelled, and the combine will be nice. So all for me. And we still got a lot to go. And while Zach was going to Missouri and back, Matt mowed our yard, the office, And then I went out to the cover crop field, and then we also helped my parents put in a new door in their house. So we stay busy 24/7. Yup. And I need a nap. But not until corn's done. Which hopefully might be Monday now. So, who knows? It is what it is. It's the story of our lives. We just gotta roll with the punches and be grateful.
Alright, last load for the day. We worked a little bit later tonight, trying to make up for a little bit of lost time. Overall, we had a pretty good afternoon once we, really we had a pretty good evening once we got going good. Still think we'll get done tomorrow unless we have any other problems or breakdowns. It's going to take us a little bit longer than what I thought. We got over there to the Zombie Trail Paintball cornfield. We'll get that shelled out first thing in the morning. So we'll get this unloaded and I'll see y'all back here in the morning.